What's going on, everybody? The Island Rex coming to you live with yet another video. I got another video for y'all, and I want to talk about two things. The first thing I want to get out the way is Charlamagne pretty much destroying Nicki Minaj and, pretty much critiquing her flow. And I also want to address Remy Ma's Mask Off. I finally got a chance to listen to it. I heard the song, and I'm gonna just give my take on it, what I think, and I'm gonna rate the songs. I'm gonna rate both songs, and just from what I heard from Nicki Minaj, freestyle or her rap from the Pretty Girls, like the trap music song. I think the song called Realize or some shit like that from 2 Chainz. But anyway, I'm gonna get right into it. So I heard Charlamagne pretty much just going in on Nicki Minaj again, and he was just critiquing her flow, saying like, her cadence is whack, and the flow is just like, the flow sucks. I would disagree with him as far as like, I could see if he was like the bars were weak. If he said that, then I would totally understand. But as far as like the flow, he's like the cadence and her rapping like the like. For me, like, if you're going to critique her or criticize her for rapping like that, then you might as well just critique every single hip hop artist. Like, you can't criticize her and then have a rapper like, have like, I don't know, like Ray Sherman or some kind of, rappers from today's generation, like Future or Migos or somebody, you have them on the Breakfast Club and then, act like, you cool with them and you like their flows and stuff, their music. It would be kind of it would be like hypocritical. You can't do that, So for me, I felt like the song, listening to it from what I heard, it was okay. Like, it wasn't like the best. I felt like, Nicki Minaj haven't been going as hard, I'd never been like a super fan of Nicki Minaj. Just to tell you the truth, like, I'd never been a huge fan of Nicki Minaj flow. Like, I always felt like it was average, and that's just my personal opinion. I always felt like it was average. And that's how I felt about Drake flow. Like, Drake flow is like average. It's just that they're on a super high level that they can say anything and people going to run with it. It's some things that Drake said in the past that it was pretty clever, but now it's not clever anymore. It's like just pretty much simple and, basic. He's not saying something that'd be like, oh, you heard what he just said? Like, that's just my personal opinion. But, just listening to the song, it was okay. Like, it wasn't, if I had to rate it from what I heard, I'd give it like a 7, just to tell you the truth. I'd give it like a 7. I felt like the things that she was saying in there, it was alright. Like, it wasn't like the best, but it was okay. It was alright. It was better than No Frauds. It's like, as far as like what she was saying. But I think she could have went harder. Even with the No Frauds song, I felt like she should have just zoned in and, or matter of fact, I actually think that she shouldn't even, that No Frauds song should have came after the diss song. Like, she should have did a diss song where she just went in on Remy Ma, just kind of like just try to destroy her. It should have been, she should have put more thought into it, been a little more patient, a little more calculated. Because there were ways that she could have just attacked Remy Ma opposed to the things that she was saying in No Frauds. Like, in No Frauds, there was a lot of stuff that I was saying. Like, I'm thinking, like, if you actually break down, like, she said that Pat Poose wrote not No Frauds, he wrote Sheether. But I'm thinking, like, my thoughts is like, okay, if he wrote Sheether, then why wouldn't he write another one? Like, if she got access to go at, to get a bar from him or get some bars from him at any time, then why not go get those bars from him again on another one? That doesn't make sense. And it was certain things that she was saying inside the No Fraud song that, I felt like it was just like, it was average, and out of that song, I gave that like a 6.5. Everybody who listens to the song say the song is not bad. It's not a whack song, but compared to Sheether, it's just not a great song. That's what everybody said. That's why I said I think she should have waited to put that song out. Once she carried the buzz over from the diss track, I think she should have waited to put that diss track out, probably like a couple weeks later. You got people like, well, no, people attention span is not, we want it now. That's just like, you can't let the fans dictate when you put something out. You should have waited. Like, if Drake could say that, hey, I'm putting out more life, I'm about to put out more life, and not put it out till like a year later, and people wait for it, or even with views, like Drake said years before, like, before views came out, he was saying like a year before, years before that, he was going to put views out, and people was just waiting for it, anticipating it. So he built it up, that's just my opinion. I felt like she should have waited, and the fans would have, no matter how long she would have waited, fans would have still loved the track. Either they would have loved it or they would have hated it. Simple as that. Like, they would have thought it was fire or they would have thought it was trash. Straight like that. And I felt like it was things that she could have said inside that song that people would have, you know, gravitated to more if she would have just put thought into it. Like, she could have said how, you know, how they thought she was dead, you know, how they thought that her career was over and how Remy Ma destroyed her career, but everybody was against her, how the world was against her, and just was like, man, damn, like, I gave this game all of this and this how y'all treat me. Like, she could have went off like that, you know. She could have talked about how she broke every female record in hip hop, how she better than majority of the men, how she don't need Safari. You know, she could have just like kind of just threw a shot at Safari as well. You know, she could have said that Remy Ma built like a tranny. She sound like a tranny. You know, I bet your dick bigger than Pat Pooh. Said some shit like that. You know, some clever shit. You know, it's things that she could have said that people would have been like, oh shit, dog. Like, and the beat would have been fire. Like, people would be like, oh shit. Like, people would have been like, man, that's crazy. You know, it's things that she could say, and it's still things that she could still say. But, you know, I just felt like the No Fraud song was okay. You know, I felt like people trying to, you know, they're trying to protect her. And like, her fans pretty much like trying to protect her by saying it was a hit track, not a diss track, when she clearly dissed Remy Ma, and you knew she was dissing her. You know, I just felt like people were trying to protect her. You know, the song didn't live up to the hype, so they just try to do whatever they can to try to, you know, pretty much take some steam away from it. But that's all I took from it. You know, the song was okay. But like, I think like Charlamagne at this point, I think that he's upset. I think that he felt like, all right, well, since Nicki Minaj beefing with me now, since she mad already, you know, I might as well just keep saying certain things to her because, you know, she ain't fucking with me anyway. So I might as well, you know, just keep attacking her. And I think some part of him, he's a little bitter that she's not talking to him, you know, that she's not saying nothing to him. So now he felt like at every chance he's just going to keep attacking her. You know, so that's just my views on it, my 2 cents. Moving along. So with the verse, I gave it like a 7. Yeah, probably like a 7. You know, it wasn't as bad. Like, a lot of things that she was saying in there, it wasn't like super clever, but it was all right. And I think her flow wasn't as bad, you know, especially with comparing it to today's generation. Moving along, we can go to the Remy Ma Mask Off song. Her verse on that, I didn't like it, tell you the truth. I thought it was whack. That's just my personal opinion. Her best verses were the Pusha remix. I thought she destroyed that. The Wait a Minute rap, she killed that. Even the song that she did off the Empire soundtrack, she destroyed that, just murdered it. And the A$AP Ferg song wasn't as bad. You know, it was okay. But that song, that freestyle on Mask Off was garbage to me. I felt like the auto-tune, the key on the auto-tune was off. You know, I don't know what range they used for the auto-tune, but the auto-tune was garbage. They could have put it in a better key or better tone or whatever. I felt like she could have used more punchlines, more bars. You know, should have went in. Even Kendrick, I didn't like Kendrick Lamar's rap on there either. I think they should have just left that alone. Like, Future bodied the song, to tell you the truth. Like, Future verse was hard on there. You know, the things that he was rapping about as far as like Molly Percocet, like, I felt like to me, I don't like the message that it sent. But, you know, I guess artists just don't care. It really doesn't matter, you know, so it really don't matter. But, you know, but I thought that Future verse was just dope. I like the way he swagged it. I don't think nobody could, you know, I don't think people could live up to the hype. I think people should have just left it alone. You know, should just leave it alone, you know. But I thought Remy Ma verse was just average. It was all right. If I had to rate it out of a 10, I would give it like a 4.5, 5. You know, I thought it was awful. You know, that's just my personal opinion. A lot of people might like it, but I didn't like it. You know, I just thought that she didn't go hard enough. You know, the flow wasn't bad. Like, the flow wasn't bad. The way she went off, the delivery, it wasn't bad. It was just the things that she was saying in the auto-tune just destroyed it to me. You know, that's just my personal opinion. But Remy Ma is a dope artist. I felt like she should win Best Female Hip Hop Artist. I do think she should put an album out and throw some hits out there. But other than that, you know, that's just me. You know, that's just how I feel. That's my personal opinion. You know, we'll see, you know, what y'all think. So y'all get in the comment box, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think.